Today, I'm going to talk about some freakishly large hoopers, from 7'11" to 420 pounds. These guys are physical specimens. Jeremy Goyer is a 7th grader who has been going viral for his freakish size. He first blew up at the MSHTV camp when he was 7'4", but this year alone, he grew another 2 inches. It must be something in that Canadian water, because 7-footers have been spawning left and right. He's playing 2 years up and still towering over these kids. Another massive kid just finishing up 7th grade is Jacob Carter. He's listed at 6'8", 275 pounds, and is only 13 years old. Could you imagine him in a 7th grade football game? People in the comments were saying he drove himself to the game. There's no way that's his real age, but his mom has the receipts, and she will clap back in the comments. And if you thought that 13-year-old was crazy, just wait until you see this phenom, Mohamed Dabone. He's 6'10" and getting compared to Greek Freak. Right now, he plays for FC Barcelona's U18 team. Mohamed won't be eligible for the NBA draft until 2030. Do you think he's really 13? Let us know in the comments. Olivier Rioux is another giant you will be hearing about for years to come. He redshirted his first year at Florida and took some time off to grow in the lab. He graduated high school at 7'7", but now he stands at 7'9". He may still be growing. Olivier still holds the Guinness Book record for the world's tallest teenager. The national champion Florida Gators are adding this secret weapon to their team next year. Even taller than Olivier is Big Nyjah at 7'11". We were not able to figure out exactly how old he was, but my guess is bro is probably 13, maybe 14 years old. It looks like he's playing on a mini hoop. He's throwing these passes like Patrick Mahomes. With the NBA Finals here, we had to throw it back to the oxtail legend, Chet Holmgren. He was totally unranked at this point, growing up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He was an awkward, lengthy kid, still finding his game. These highlights were from his freshman year, where he grew from 6'2" to 6'10", and by his sophomore year, he started to get that swagger. He always had the guard skills, but now he has a 7-foot frame. Comment oxtail if you think OKC is going to win the championship. Look at this height difference. Mamadou Ndiaye was an absolute cheat code. He averaged 27 points, 14 rebounds, and 4.5 blocks at Brethren Christian. Bro was rocking the Kobe Grinches back in 2012. Bamba Touré is next up. He debuted at number 4 in ESPN's 2028 rankings, and he's gunning for that number 1 spot. This kid is only 15 years old. He just came from Senegal and went from unknown to 5-star in less than a year. Bamba Touré will be attending IMG Academy. You don't see many 7-footers moving like this. At 7'9", 370 pounds, Sun Mingming was the tallest professional basketball player in the world. He was even measured by Guinness Book of World Records. I'm sure y'all remember 7'6" Taco Fall being unstoppable in high school. He almost tore the whole goal down. But my guy Uncle Drew struck gold when he filmed this matchup versus 420-pound Nyquil Alexander. Of course, Nyquil did what he could, but unfortunately, the big fella was not the answer for Tak. Maybe Nyquil could stick to the football field, because Taco Fall wins this matchup 10 times out of 10. Connor Williams, aka Big Cozy, took college basketball by storm. He was listed at 7 foot, 360 pounds, making him the biggest player in all of college basketball. Bro was an absolute unit, but he could move well for his size. Big Cozy averaged 14.5 points and 7 rebounds per game in his final season at St. John Fisher. He even had a game where he shot 6 of 9 from 3. Just imagine trying to stop the big fella in the paint. College basketball is going to miss Big Cozy. 7'8", Paul Sturgis perfected the no-jump dunk. The ironic thing is, they called him tiny, and he played for the Harlem Globetrotters. Jazair Jackson has been a man amongst boys since he stepped onto the scene with Bronny's AAU team. He just continued to get bigger and stronger. Eventually, he got to 6'11", 350 pounds. I think he might have had a chance to make it to the league, but he chose football instead. Now he's listed on the Georgia Bulldogs roster as an offensive lineman. Zhang Ziyu is probably the tallest teenage girl in the world. Guinness Book World Records is yet to confirm, but she's 18 years old and stands at 7'3". She dominates in the paint and has proven it on an international stage. She played for China's U18 team and averaged 35 points and almost 13 rebounds per game. I can only imagine the battles her and Angel Reese will have in the WNBA. This 16-year-old is 6'7" and 320 pounds. Sam Greer gets it done on the hardwood, but he's also a 4-star football recruit. He plays offensive tackle, and by this clip, you can tell he was playing the wrong sport. Little Big Bro was protecting the pocket. Remember when LeBron was listed as 6'8", 250 pounds? Now you see it every day. Kendra Harrison is the best dual sport athlete in the country. Not only is he the #1 tight end, but he's also ranked in basketball. At his high school, they had to suspend basketball because he broke multiple backboards. Kenny George was a viral sensation in the early 2010s. He stood at 7'7", 370 pounds. He averaged 12.4 points and 7 rebounds for UNC Asheville. At just 15 years old, Rob Bobrowski stood at 7'6", but he continued to grow, so some people speculate he could be as tall as 7'8" now. This is gonna sound like a joke, but no cap, Rob Bob played Offspring in the movie Alien Romulus. Troy Escalade Jackson was a 6'10", 400-pound big guard. He was a legend in the And One mixtape days. His size and personality made him a fan favorite. He was also the younger brother of NBA player Mark Jackson. He tragically passed away at the age of 38 but left a huge impact on the hoop culture. Miles Graham was 6'9", 330 pounds as a sophomore in high school. He eventually cut some weight. Now he's killing at JUCO at McHenry County College. Graham is averaging 14 points, 5 rebounds while shooting 52% from the field. But what's even more impressive, he's shooting over 40% from 3. They are calling this 7'1", 2025 prospect African Wemby. The streets are comparing him to Wemby based off his defense and the handles. Even the ref had to say this was a head tap. We covered Connor Vanover in high school and he stood at 7'3". Bro had some insane range. In high school, he was even getting compared to Dirk Nowitzki. In college at Mizzou, he wore number 75 because he is 7'5". Are we sure this isn't the late great Bill Walton's grandson? This big fella is 6'9", 335 pounds with bounce. Iran Bennett is a tank. They didn't have an answer for him. He creates space in the paint and there's nothing you can do about it. 7 foot, 300 pound Peyton Marshall is a beast. While playing for RWE in Overtime Elite, he showed his dominance. Bro is one of the meanest basketball players in recent memory. I mean that as a good thing. I want this big fella on my team. He just finished his freshman year at Missouri and he's due for a big sophomore season. What would you do if he said this to your mom? Marquise Ponder, better known as Baby Shaq, wanted all the smoke. He stands at 7 foot, 320 pounds. How do you stop this? Zach Edey was must-see in high school. Bro was 7'4", 300 pounds. When he played Julian Newman, it was always cinema. The big fella knew how to get under people's skin. Another game, he walked Buddy right into a technical. Check this out. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more heat.